This is the new top-of-the-line laser engraver from Ortur, the Laser Master 3. It is a truly awesome machine, featuring a powerful 10W laser module capable of cutting and engraving a vast range of materials, while reaching impressive speeds up to 20,000 mm per minute. It also has integrated Wi-Fi, a ton of safety features and an amazing full metal build quality. All of that for only 700 euros. Pretty amazing. The machine comes in a well-packaged box, and we can see from the number of pieces that building it will be pretty straightforward. In fact, the assembly is very easy thanks to the clear instructions and the video tutorial available on the website. We can start by attaching the two-side extrusions to the back part of the machine, which houses the Y-axis stepper motor. The X-axis gantry can then be slid in place, before completing the frame by attaching the front piece. A detail I really liked is that the squareness of the machine is guaranteed by the cleverly slotted parts which self-align when tightening the screws. We can proceed by fitting the belts in place, and tightening them by turning the set screws below the idler pulley, which can then be firmly fixed in place. After mounting the laser module in place, the wires can be connected and secured with the included zip ties, and that's it, the machine is ready to go. The first impressions are very good, the build quality is amazing, so as the look, as expected from a machine of this price. I really like the big 400 by 400 mm work area, which will allow me to make pretty big projects in the future. And also its low weight, which allows to easily carry it wherever I want. I was blown away by this stepper motor and driver combination, which allow for an absolute silent operation when the laser is not running. And very high speeds up to 20,000 mm per minute. The only two complaints I have are the noisy fan needed for cooling the laser, and the absence of a routing path for the main wire, which sits beside the machine and could easily get caught by accident. But these problems aren't really that important, since this machine is meant to sit in a workshop. I found very interesting the absence of limit switches, which are substituted by simple screws, with which the gantry collides, sending a signal to the control board during the homing process. To test this laser, I decided to build 3 simple projects, which are a leather mousepad, a bit holder for my CNC machine, and a 3D puzzle of some sort. I also wanted to try engraving on stainless steel and also on glass, to see the full capabilities of this machine. I started with the leather mousepad. After quickly designing it in Lightburn, I started the engraving. I was very impressed with the result. The pattern engraved on the surface looks stunning. The edge looks very nice with its dark color and was cut flawlessly and very quickly. To make the bit holder, I hopped into Fusion 360 and designed it to be made from 3mm plywood. I then exported the DXF files and imported them into Lightburn. After adding a label and adjusting the settings, I started the job. When I tried to remove the pieces, I realized that the laser didn't cut all the way through because of some wrong settings, so I changed them and started the job again. And this time it was able to cut the plywood with no problem. Like the mousepad, the pieces were cut very quickly and with accurate dimensions. In fact, they fitted together snugly without the need of any glue. Like the other project, this holder looks very good, with the dark edges which contrast very well with the lighter color of the plywood. As I said earlier, I also wanted to build a 3D puzzle of some sort. I found this space model rocket on the internet and I thought it would look very nice on my desk. So I downloaded the files and cut the pieces out of 3mm NDF. As with the other projects, the pieces came out perfectly, and I was able to assemble the rocket without any glue. Like in the bit holder, the dark edges give this rocket a very interesting look, which I really like. As I said earlier, I also wanted to try engraving on metals, rocks and glass, because these are all things that this machine should be able to mark with no problem, and I think they will make some very interesting projects possible. First I tried to engrave a grayscale image on a piece of raw stainless steel. Fortunately, I nailed the settings first try and the results were way better than I expected. The image engraved had a very high contrast and a really good resolution. In fact, it looks way better than the one I engraved on wood as a test. Then I tried engraving on a rock. As usual, this machine did an awesome job engraving with high resolution and high speed. The engraving turned out looking very nice, mainly because the rock got lighter when hit by the laser. Finally, I tried glass. I took a clear piece and coated it with black spray paint, so that the laser will not pass through it. After the paint dried, I brought it to the laser and started engraving. With no surprise, also this job turned out perfectly. And after removing the paint with some acetone, we can see that the laser left a permanent marking on the glass, which looks awesome. As you may have noticed, I've been using this laser with Lightburn. I used this software because, although it is not free, it's the only one capable of running on macOS, while also being the best software in terms of features and capabilities. If you want an easier and more user-friendly interface, you can control this laser using the Laser Explorer app, which I found very intuitive and nice to use. With it, you can super easily engrave text or images. There's also a function for creating QR codes and barcodes, which I think will be very useful. Unfortunately, I found it a bit unstable, probably because of my slow Wi-Fi network, and because of that I didn't use it for longer jobs, but otherwise it worked perfectly. This is a high-end laser, aimed to hobbyists and makers, but also to small businesses who want to step their products up a notch. I think this is the perfect machine if you don't want to spend more money on a CO2 laser, while getting pretty much the same capabilities. If you're interested in it, you can check it out at the link below. In the meantime, you can consider subscribing and maybe leave a comment if you have any suggestions on what I should build next. Bye!